Hey, I'm Randy and you're watching The Cheap Audio Man. Here at The Cheap Audio Man, we talk about high-value hi-fi home theater and headphone equipment. And today we're doing something new. So I'm going to go through a bunch of products that I have getting ready for review. And if you want to, in the comments, drop down which one you want to see. Sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and let's talk about all the products I have in and which ones you want me to review next. Today's sponsor is the Weem Mini Streamer. If you're just getting started in streaming, there's no better way and affordable way to get into a high quality streamer that plays gaplessly, plays Tidal Connect, Spotify Connect, brings in your network music, has its own application that brings in just about every streaming service known to man, and it's $100. You can network a bunch of these together and have a whole home distributed audio system, and if you want to digital out into your own DAC, it puts out 24/192. That means full resolution. The Weem Mini Streamer. Links in the description and the pinned comment. First up, one of my favorite high-value amplifier companies, that's right, the Aima A300. It is a balanced amplifier, also has Bluetooth, also has tone controls on the front, bass, treble, single-ended and balanced inputs, also uses the same amplifier chip that many of the best-sounding Aima amplifiers, in my opinion, uses. Lots of power, internal power supply. I have a feeling that I'm gonna like this amplifier. Who knows though, could be horrible. I doubt it, but it could be. The Aima A300 I think retails for $170. Not too bad for balanced inputs and bass and treble controls. Whew, that one was real heavy. It's the Pioneer VSX, okay, -LX305. It's a home theater receiver. 9-channel home theater receiver. Also includes DAC Live. This one comes in around $1,200. So this poses the question, can I use a home theater receiver to get awesome 2-channel listening and implement DAC Live for $1,200? I don't know, but we're gonna find out, aren't we? Has Dolby Atmos stuff, Sonos, Spotify, Chromecast built in, Play-Fi built in. Also has aptX HD Bluetooth, okay? On paper, this looks awesome. I just got my home theater set up here too, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. The Pioneer VSX-LX305. This is the box. It's real big. Don't lift and twist, pro tip. I'm starting to build up a sweat because I'm moving everything up the stairs to come up here and it's so heavy. Okay, the Acoustics. Look at how shiny it is. This is the Concept 30. So this is a bit of a step down, trickle down technology if you will, from the really high end stuff. Look at that, you can bi-amp it. It's got a fancy thing on the bottom to connect it to some fancy stands. It's got magnetic grills. It's a two-way design from Acoustics. We reported. This is a pretty looking speaker. It's very heavy too. And generally speaking in this hobby, unless someone poured concrete into the enclosure of a speaker, heavier often means better. I wish it was more complicated than that, but sometimes it's not. This one's a little bit more manageable. It's the Cayenne. It's a dongle DAC. It's a little bit different though, because this is an R2R, fully discrete. And if anybody watches the channel, you know my incredible love for the Denafrips Aries 2, which is an R2R DAC. It's the old school way of doing DACs. No chips, just a bunch of resistors and stuff, ladders, that the music uses to climb up out of the source material and into your brain. It's wonderful. R2R, I've spent a little bit of time. It's got balanced and single-ended connection, a cute little screen on there, and it's in a nice little package. It's very pretty, feels really good. I think it's 250 bucks, which isn't too bad because there are ways that we could use to put this into a regular system. That's right, the Cayenne RU6 R2R dongle DAC. We got another speaker. So I featured this in the best of under $200 speaker shootout, okay? It's gonna get its own review though. What is it? It's the Dayton Audio MK602X. And the X means it has a crossover, okay? 6.5-inch woven fiber woofer, 1-inch soft dome tweeter, rear ported, $150 a pair. Not too shabby for a pair of bookshelf speakers with a 6.5-inch woofer. So the dedicated review will be coming Well, whenever you tell me to. Within reason. If you tell me to do the Pioneer receiver one tomorrow, that's probably not going to happen because it's a complicated machine. However, I've already done a lot of listening to this one. But again, whatever you say, I'm going to try to make happen for you guys. A lot of stairs. So this one was sent in by one of my patrons, John. He also makes Roctopus. I've been trying to get him to make a whole bunch of Roctopuses and offer them up to the public because there's a big demand for 3D printed Roctopuses. This is the Duke Audio X1. It's a tube amp. There's no tubes in here. It's got tone controls, bass and treble. It's volume control, which is important. Bluetooth, awful lot of stuff in here. Has a phono input, has a subwoofer output. This is a speaker amp, $155. A lot on here. A whole bunch of toggle switches. You can bypass the tubes if you'd like. Turn on or turn off tone controls. It's a pretty good looking little unit right here. We're gonna see how it does. Put it through its paces. There's a lot going on in here for $155. John also sent me the Little Dot I Plus. It's a headphone amplifier. Pretty simple. RCAs on the back, tubes, headphone connection on the front. Volume knob. A little sharp. Careful, you might hurt yourself. I can't find how much this is. Okay, we'll find out though. I'll include it in the review. The Loxtee, hold on, I can't get it. The Loxtee D40. It's a DAC. It's a balanced DAC. Balanced inputs. Looks like it's just a balanced DAC. Balanced inputs. It's got an AES input and then one of these I2S inputs. Looks like an HDMI. Optical coaxial USB. The D40. It's a DAC from Loxtee. Does MQA and a whole bunch of stuff. It's good looking. Has a little gray knob with a ring around it. Okay, so another DAC. Balanced only though. Another patron sent this in. Okay, hold on. This thing is really cool looking. Look at it. Wow. What is it? It's an integrated amplifier from Parasound. Looks like a traffic sign, but thicker, and it makes music. So it is the 200 integrated amplifier and DAC. Ooh, not much on the front. Little display. A little input switcher. Volume over here. You got some headphones and aux in. Oof. On the back, I feel like I'm delivering a pizza. Like I'm serving, like maybe you ordered a deep dish. Okay, look at all those analog inputs. Then you got full optical coax, USB in. This thing also has preamp outputs with a high pass filter on it. Bass management. I've never seen an integrated amp that looks like this. Look at it. Look at it. I'm just kidding. Parasound. It's real big. Reminds me of a Stingray, except it's square. Really a rectangle. Almost square though. Like a hi-fi Stingray. Like a hi-fi square Stingray. It's coming at you. Give you some nice music in your ears. Class D. I've listened to it for a little bit. So far so good. Also has a remote control. Parasound 200 integrated. I like it. Okay, we got another speaker amp. This is the SMSL A100. This thing actually has a plastic housing. Looks pretty cool though. It says it has USB, Bluetooth, and then an aux input. So the aux input, just a pair of RCAs. The USB input looks probably for a thumb drive. And then Bluetooth, although I don't see a Bluetooth antenna. Also has a subwoofer out. I think this is pretty affordable. Looks like it's only about 90 bucks. I can't really find it anywhere. I couldn't find it on Amazon. So interesting. On a budget, we'll see if this thing is better than the Aima A07. Speaking of Aima, check this out. It's the T9. Looks like they pulled this right out of a 1950s era sonar station. Yeah, so it's got tubes on the top, a VU meter, bass and treble controls, a very nice volume, and it's got a DAC on the back. DAC on the back. It's got a USB input, an optical input, and a coaxial. So, full DAC. Bluetooth. Speaker amp. Looks like this little baby is $120. It's also got a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary out, which means if you want to use this as a tube buffer and as a DAC, it looks like you can. Interesting little product. Anyway, it's kind of like the T8, probably why it's called the T9, except it's got a meter on the front, which seems pretty cool. So I am sure there's more stuff down there that I didn't find. I will eventually. But if any of these products interest you, put it down in the comments. I'll take a look at it. Whichever ones have the most votes, I'll start doing those. Put them in a priority. I'll make a priority list, a to-do list. So if you want to support the channel, you can sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/cheapaudioman. Every Sunday night we have Patreon-only Zooms. We also have a Patreon-only Facebook group. You can also sign up for Amazon Music or Tidal. Links in the description. Sign up. If you do, I do get a small commission. I'll also link some of these in the description. Buyer beware though. I don't know how good they are. Most of them I imagine are going to be pretty decent. But if you click and buy through those links, I will get a commission as well. So don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. Binge listen through maybe one or all, that would be a lot, of these products and fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I don't know why I pointed at my coffee mug. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.